All righty, we're going to do a post-game interview for this great game that we just witnessed. So 1 second. Um, Waiting for our two members to come on board. I'm going to share the video. 1 second, please. Oh, 1 second. Coming. There we go. I see you.
Hey, Aaron.
I'm still learning this thing. Anyway,
Are you a Yankee fan, Bob?
I kind of root for both teams
Okay.
at this point. I did move to Philadelphia and I bought a Phillies hat. I gave in to but that's it. No, I will not do anything else Philadelphia except Phillies. I am a
Right.
Giants fan. They've been asking me, "Are you going to be a Eagles fan?" I said, "No way." And that's absolutely no way. So that was a great game, a great comeback. I missed a good portion of the first half. I saw you drive at the end of the first half to get that field goal. So now,
Yeah.
and then the pick to start the second half, and off you went. So
Yes. Yeah. The second half was, I think, defensively, with Dennis with the lead, his play calling really ramped up. Just excellent play calling on offense, and had me turned around. And the great equalizer might be that excellent pass D. It hasn't been all year, but it was here, and it made a few picks that covered up my coaching misses. And I think it really turned out to be the difference in the game. I'd call it the Stanford Jennings drive, when he was just driving down the field with Jennings, and every time he ran with him, I'd guess pass. Every time he didn't run with him, I'd guess run. And it ended in a guess wrong long pass INT.
yeah,
And it was just very fortunate. Now, hey, I kind of told Dennis this in the text, that it kind of felt like a game last night we played in Samsva, and you're in Samsva, where the first half rolls seemed to go one way and the second half rolls went the other. Because, he got that INT, I think, on 2 through 4, 11, and it hit the 11 or something. And that was the first half, And you're like, wait a minute, that's why you get the excellent D to get those. Well, what's and your D got some of those too in your game, I would say,
yeah,
right? Some zero
yeah,
man long pass average, right?
yeah.
But the dice, of course, giveth and taketh away, and they gave back to me, I think, and then some in the second half on defense. Offense, Dennis clearly was game planning some. When Dennis is here now, he can speak to it a little bit. Was destined to try to get doubles, try to get a pick, maybe. So I noticed that and went to the run a lot more in the second half, and Dennis stuck with it, and I was able to move the ball on the ground because of that. There's just so many carries on Rochester. If I want to use them, among McMillan and Ivory and Ellis, and then there's also guys behind them. So I could run it all day, and I ended up doing it, and that kept the ball moving. That plus 47 end run was huge.
Those
The
two
long
long
game.
plays, the big pass and the end run were both huge. And I also think that the field goal at the end of the first half was a really big play
was
to get it
huge.
back to a single score game.
Yeah.
And I should have. My video's not working too well. So, a lot of your runners are the same, guess right and guess wrong, so some of those wouldn't have made a difference. And I thought really what it could have turned it for me was a pick on 10 doubled on a flat pass on Fuller. And it just never came up. You did really well mixing up your targets, and I never really got a good sense of where you were going to go. And just called a great game. It was really hard to stop the dink and dunk. But well-deserved championship. Yeah, the excellent pass defense made it hard for me to do anything on offense. So it is what it is. I wasn't expecting to go that far with this team. But I thought my chances in this one were get him to call run a couple times and try to hit him deep. Now, don't be afraid to throw against the excellent pass defense. And I had one, got one for a touchdown. I had another opportunity at one, but threw a pick. So that's just what's going to happen sometimes. So
Yeah,
it's a fun game.
it was a fun game. And Manuel only had one catch, I think, for the game, right? That one catch, I think.
Yeah, I didn't go to it much.
Maybe as a bait. Yeah.
Yeah,
so it was good.
I went to Ernest Gray early just to try to, who's probably fourth in targets among my four receivers, just to try to establish that a little bit and draw some doubles onto him. That worked out. I think I avoided doubles for the most part. I'm not sure if there was one successful one. There might have been one or two, but there wasn't many. You're right about that. But really, it was about the run game in the second half, and that, I mean, there were some big plays all over the place, but you might say the biggest play was that interception on the guess wrong that Dennis had, but the touchdown run from 4 yards out on 3rd and goal at 10-6 was that was a big sort of pressure release valve for Rochester there.
And the field goals, the 2 through 7 field goals, you hit 2 of those. Those would have been shanked or would have been missed. That could have been a momentum swinger as well. And I was lucky not to be, you had a touchdown opportunity where I got a strip sack, and that stopped the drive. So if you got points there, it could have been more of a blowout, So you just never know how strat goes sometimes.
I tell you, a 10-0 lead here feels like you're digging out of a 21-0 hole. It does. That's what it felt like at 10-0. It shouldn't feel that way, but it kind of does, especially when you have a dink and dunk offense. And what am I going to do? Go to McMahon? Maybe. It's that. Some people might say, "Why don't you? Go to McMahon more." I did a little bit of it, but 2 scores, you got enough time. I thought, all right, well, we're gonna run it and see if we can climb back, and got some turnovers and got it done. Now, Dennis, on your team, I would say, I think you chose Eason over Sims, and you probably heard this in the preseason videos. I mean, to me, and Bob, you ended up with Sims. You with Sims would have been really, really tough to deal with, because your reputation for the long ball, pairing that with Sims, I was just glad you didn't have him. Eason, I don't know if you noticed, Dennis, but you hit a 5, 1 man in zone, incomplete on my card, which would have been a 5 long gain. That's Eason's number if it went to Eason's card. But, other than that, it's like Sims in your backfield would, I don't know. I thought it might have carried you to a championship, honestly.
Yeah.
Eason's okay, but
I was worried about the turnovers, but we've seen like Rick Byron's take a high turnover guy like Ferragamo in '79 and win a championship, despite just need to avoid the interceptions for a couple games. So that'll be a good lesson for me going forward.
But just with your just lethal long pass prowess, it's just I was just glad. Now, of course, I got to perhaps face it with in the next round. So, what else do we have left here? We have the Erie versus Jersey game left. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
Yeah. So I can go to Tyke and ask him who he wants to play. So we'll see. Hopefully, we get that wrapped up tomorrow, and we can get on to the next round. So,
Dennis, have you heard when the Erie Jersey is going to play?
I thought it was earlier today. I don't know why I thought that. Didn't they post? I was like, I'll play you when I get home from work today, or 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Let me see if they played it. Maybe they didn't share the. Joe's known to do that, not share the number out. Oh, I forgot. I wasn't thinking.
Well, I don't think Brian would forget, would he? But Brian posted the earliest he could play was Tuesday afternoon. I don't think they ever actually established a time that was publicly shown.
I thought it was in the email. Joe said 4 o'clock. How's 4 o'clock?
Oh.
And he would see. Let me pull. See if there's anything there.
So if the seedings hold, the final four would be one Ann Arbor. They haven't played yet? Okay.
One it doesn't matter. The seeding doesn't matter. Just who does Ann Arbor want to play the next round?
Right.
Remember the playoff draft, so they can just pick whoever they want.
Right.
And that'll be it.
Interesting.
Okay. So if he picks,
well, thanks for.
So if he picks the winner of that remaining game, Erie against Jersey, then it'll be you two. But I have a feeling, does Jersey have excellent pass defense or just you?
He does. He has excellent pass.
So I don't think Tyke's going to pick them. So Tyke, I would predict Tyke against Bob and Anthony against whoever comes out of that other game, or Tyke against Erie, and then you two play if Erie pulls off the upset. So there's your matchups. We'll see what happens.
So it's
all right, guys. I'm going to run. Take care.
All
Thanks
right.
for calling the game.
Thanks for broadcasting, Bob. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was glad that I was able to do it. So great game. Congratulations. And we'll see what happens next round.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
See you.
Night.